The next tissue, which is included in the complex permanent tissue, is phloem. Phloem is taken from the word phloes, and the meaning of phloes is inner bark. You must have seen the brown color covering present over the tree, some large trees, that is bark. So phloem is generally known as inner bark. Just like xylem, phloem also has 4 components which helps in the transportation of food in the form of sucrose. Sucrose is a sugar bache which is formed by the combination of 2 glucose units. आपने जो पढ़ा है ना बच्चे, वो ये पढ़ा है कि फोटोसिंथेसिस में क्या बनता है, ग्लूकोज बनती है. फिर आपने उसमें आगे पढ़ा सेल चैप्टर में कि ग्लूकोज इज स्टोर्ड इन प्लांट्स इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टार्च, बट the transportation of glucose, that is food in the plants, takes place in the form of sucrose from leaves to each and every part of the plant. लीव्स में ये फूड बन रहा है और लीव से कहां ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा, हर एक पार्ट में प्लांट के. क्यों बच्चों, प्लांट में बच्चे सभी पार्ट्स में सेल्स हैं, चाहे वो स्टेम हो चाहे वो रूट हो, लेकिन बच्चे जो हार्ड स्टेम्स हैं, हार्ड और वुडी स्टेम्स हैं, वो फोटोसिंथेसिस परफॉर्म नहीं करती. तो उसके लिए क्या चाहिए, उन्हें फूड चाहिए. कि वो फोटोसिंथेसिस परफॉर्म नहीं कर रही तो एनर्जी चाहिए उन्हें जीने के लिए, और जीने के लिए क्या चाहिए, एनर्जी के लिए क्या चाहिए, फूड. So that food is transported by the help of phloem tissue. Phloem also has 4 components. The first one is sieve tubes. The second one is companion cells. Third one is phloem parenchyma. As xylem has parenchyma known as xylem parenchyma, and the parenchyma of phloem is known as phloem parenchyma. And the fourth and the last one is phloem fibers. Out of these 4, these 3 are living, and this last one is dead. So it is opposite to the xylem. In xylem, the 3 parts were dead and 1 was living, whereas in phloem, the 3 parts are living and 1 part is dead. Also, the sieve tubes and companion cells, collectively known as sister cells, as they plays the major role of transportation of food from one part of the plant, that is from leaves to each and every part, each and every other part. Now we will discuss these parts one by one in the form of a diagram. The first one is sieve tubes. But sieve tubes are formed when the cells are connected end to end with each other, and their ends possess numerous pores in it due to the formation of sieve plates. These are known as sieve plates. This structure. These are known as sieve pores. So this is the sieve tubes. Sieve tubes do not have nucleus in it. As you can see, in these cells no nucleus is there. So the nucleus of sieve tubes degenerates. Next one, the companion cells. Companion cells possess nucleus as well as cytoplasm. They are complete cells. Sieve tubes and companion cells always remains together. companion cells always accompany the seed tubes, and companion cells provide the food to the seed tubes, as well as these two are the major transporting tissues, major transporting part of phloem. The third part is parenchyma. Parenchyma possess vacuoles, nucleus, a prominent nucleus. You have discussed in the simple prominent tissue bache. So this is xylem parenchyma. The three leading components of phloem. This one is seed tubes, possess seed plates and seed pores. Companion cells, the complete cellular structure, possess nucleus. This part is nucleus bache, as well as the cytoplasm. This one is parenchyma. It plays the role of storage as well as a little or show lateral conduction of food, the sideways conduction of food. The next and the last part is xylem fibers. The dead component having tapering ends, the only dead part of phloem tissue. This is xylem fibers. So these are the four, components of phloem. The function. Phloem performs translocation. Another one mark of very important definition, which is what is translocation? Transportation of food from leaves to each and every part of the plant is known as translocation. You can improvise this definition as well. The transportation of food in the form of sucrose from the leaves of the plant, from the site of photosynthesis, that is leaves of the plant, to the each and every part of the plant through phloem tissue is known as translocation. Transpiration was the transportation of the removal of excess water through stomata. That was transpiration that we had studied in xylem. This is translocation, the transportation of food from the leaves to the each and every part of the plant is known as translocation. In transpiration, no energy was required. In the transpiration or in the transportation of water and minerals, no energy is required. Only pressure difference plays the part. कोई एनर्जी नहीं चाहिए थी बच्चे वहां, और जिन प्रोसेसेस में एनर्जी नहीं चाहिए उन्हें क्या बोलते हैं? पैसिव प्रोसेसेस. बट इन द ट्रांसलोकेशन एनर्जी इज रिक्वायर्ड, एनर्जी इज कंज्यूम्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एटीपी, and the processes in which energy is consumed are known as active transport, active processes. So phloem performs active transport, active process, whereas xylem performs passive process.